Today in class, we worked on how to understand that sometimes fractions are going to represent more than just one whole. So as you can see on my plate right now, I have 1, 2 oranges. Now I'm going to take these oranges and break them into equal parts. So I've already done this guy. As you can see, I broke him into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts, but if I put them back together, it would still be one whole orange. Now I'm going to take the second orange and do the same thing. I'm going to break it into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So I still have 2 oranges on my plate. I didn't add a whole nother orange. I didn't take away a whole nother orange. All I did was split those whole oranges into equal parts. So we had to figure out, all right, well, our denominator, that bottom number of a fraction, will always be equal parts. So what would the denominator be in this case? Well, since I took the whole orange and broke it into 4 equal parts, my denominator is going to be 4. Okay, that bottom number is going to be 4. Now, my top number could be the amount of slices that I have. So right now, let's count the slices. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slices. I have 8 slices. That's what I want to represent. Okay. But those 8 slices were once part of a whole orange that was broken into 4 equal pieces. So right now on my plate, I have 8/4. Or if I were to draw it out by hand, I could say I started off with 2 oranges. And then I took each orange and I broke it into 4 parts. Sorry, they're not perfectly equal. I broke both of them into 4 parts. So look, each shape is still broken into 4 parts. That's how I got this bottom number of 4. But right now, I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gives me 8/4. Now, let's say I was a little hungry. I need an after-school snack right about now. I eat 1, 2 parts. Nom, nom, nom. Do I still have 8/4 on my plate? Let's see how many I have now. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4. So now I have 6/4 on my plate. 6 is the number of pieces of orange I have. And originally that whole orange was broken into 4 parts, or 4 different slices, okay? So right now I have 6/4. Now, what we also looked at today is, how am I going to tell when a number is bigger than one whole, equal to one whole, or smaller than one whole? And what we glued into our math journals that you will come back to is that when the numerator, when this top number is bigger than the denominator, it means it's more than one whole. Okay? So right now, I could try my very best, and if I were to glue these little dudes back together, I have 6/4. So if my theory is true that when the numerator is bigger than the denominator, it's more than one whole, I should be able to piece these guys back together. Okay, look at that. I have a whole orange. But then, look, I have 2 extra parts. So right now, I have more than one whole on my plate. I have that whole orange and a couple extra parts. So it is true. When our numerator is bigger than our denominator, it shows me it's more than one whole. All right, let's say I have another little snack. I'm going to eat 2 more of these dudes. All right. Now how many fourths do I have on my plate? 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So, when my top number, my numerator, and my bottom number, the denominator, are the exact same, look, the top is 4, the bottom is 4. I have 4 pieces of orange out of a total of the 4 parts I split it into. when your top and bottom number are the same, that's equal to 1 whole. So we can put this guy back together again. And you will see, voila, I have 1 whole orange. Now, what about the fractions we were working with earlier this week, when the numerator is smaller than denominator? One more piece of my snack. Now how many fourths do I have? 1, 2, 3. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. This is what I've been used to seeing all week long, okay? So when my numerator is smaller than my denominator, that's those fractions that I'm used to working with. It's part of a whole. If I were to put these 3 pieces back together again, they would not give me a whole orange. See, look at that. I'm missing a chunk, right? That's not the whole orange. It's just part of my whole orange.